So Bitcoin launched back in 2009 with this whole idea of financial freedom. No banks, no government watching over your shoulder. For people living in countries where inflation is just destroying their savings or where there's strict currency controls, crypto became this real lifeline, you know? But here's the thing that most people don't actually realize, and this is kind of wild. In 2024 alone, over $1.7 billion in crypto got seized by authorities just through blockchain analysis. Like, that's not some hypothetical scenario anymore. That's actually happening. And with this crypto winter we're seeing at the end of 2025, a lot of folks are trying to figure out how to protect what they've got left. So the real question is, does crypto actually give you the anonymity everyone talks about? I'm David, and honestly, I've been around this space long enough to give you a straight answer. Stay with me here. I'm going to show you the service I've personally been using for over 2 years. So back in the day, everyone kind of assumed crypto was like digital cash, you know, untraceable, completely private, anonymous. The media definitely pushed that narrative. All those darknet marketplace stories and anonymous payments made it seem totally legit. Except it's really not. Every single transaction stays on this public ledger forever. And by 2025, companies like Chainalysis can actually track your funds with pretty scary accuracy. They work hand in hand with law enforcement, governments, the whole deal. So yeah, crypto gives you freedom in a lot of ways, but true anonymity, not so much. Here's where people get it wrong. Just because there's no names attached to the blockchain doesn't mean it's anonymous. Those wallet addresses, they're basically pseudonyms. The moment you go through a KYC exchange, which, let's be honest, most of us do at some point, your identity gets linked to those addresses, and then your entire transaction history is basically out there for analysis. Block explorers let anyone look up transactions, and pretty much every major exchange now has to follow KYC regulations, which connects your coins directly back to you. That's where crypto mixers come in. Basically, they pool together funds from a bunch of different users and then redistribute everything in a way that breaks the connection between the original sender and whoever's receiving it. It uses random amounts, time delays, sends to new addresses, the whole 9 yards. The tech behind it relies on something called zero-knowledge proofs, which lets you verify transactions without actually exposing all the details. So I spent some time really digging into how all this works, and the service that kept coming up as reliable was Phantom. I've actually been using it myself for over 2 years at this point. The platform's really proven itself when it comes to reliability, anonymity, and security. It's got this unique crypto mixing technology, the interface is pretty straightforward to use, and it's been around in the market for a good while now. So let me walk you through exactly how this works, step by step. First thing, when you land on the site, you pick which token you want to use. Phantom supports the 4 most popular coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, and USD Coin. For this demo, I'll go with Bitcoin. So now it's asking me to connect my wallet to move forward. I usually just use Trust Wallet because it's the easiest for me. Then I confirm the connection and we're good to go. Next step is entering how many tokens I want to process. Let's do 0.0025 BTC for this example. After that, I need to put in the receiving wallet address. So I'll hop over to my wallet real quick, copy my BTC receiving address, and paste it right here. Now here's an important part, setting the mixing rounds. This basically decides how many stages your tokens go through in the mixing process. The platform usually recommends at least 2 rounds as a minimum, but personally, I go with 3 or 4 because I like that extra layer of security. Then there's this option to turn on delivery delay. This is another feature for boosting anonymity. It controls how long it takes before the tokens actually hit your wallet. This part's really up to you and what you're comfortable with. For this walkthrough, I'm going to skip it. Next, I'll check what the platform's charging for fees and how much BTC I'm actually getting in the end. Looks good to me, so I'll hit start mixing. At this point, I'm just double checking everything one more time, making sure all the transaction details look right, and then I click confirm. And that's it. The mixing process is now running. All I gotta do is wait for the tokens to arrive. Usually takes anywhere from a few minutes to maybe a few hours if you've got that delivery delay turned on. For the sake of this video, I'll speed this part. All right, and there we go. Transaction complete. My funds have been anonymized and sent over to my wallet successfully. As you can see, the whole process was pretty smooth. Nothing too complicated going on here. This is literally how I've been using this platform for the past 2 years. My tokens have always shown up in my wallet, and honestly, the platform hasn't let me down once. So yeah, I really hope this video helped you out and maybe cleared up some of the confusion around anonymity and security in crypto. I know it can seem overwhelming, especially with everything happening in the market right now. but having the right tools makes a huge difference. The reality is, if you're holding crypto in 2025, you need to think about privacy, not just because of regulations, but because your financial security genuinely depends on it. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Everyone's situation is different, and you've got to make your own choices. But what I can tell you is what's worked for me personally, and Phantom has been solid. 2 years of consistent use, zero issues, tokens always arrive where they're supposed to. That kind of reliability matters, especially when we're talking about your actual funds. If you've got questions, or maybe you've used other services and want to share your experience, leave a comment down below. I try to read through them and respond when I can. Also, if you're new here and you want more content about staying safe in crypto, protecting your assets, or just navigating this whole space, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This was David. See ya.